strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Oh, hello, everybody. Woo! Hello. Welcome to Live with Colby Psychic Rebel. So this is a special show. I am in New Jersey, and it's been a fabulous, crazy week here. I cannot tell you how much fun it has been serving Spirit. Unbelievable. And you know, they love to play with you. Spirit, I think, loves to challenge you, play with you, and really wants to be a part of our lives. And this week has really proven that to me in so many ways. And tonight we're gonna have a very, very, very special guest. She's a friend of mine, and I love her dearly. And it's kind of cool. I mean, listen, she's a naturally gifted medium. I mean, she honestly was born to do this. But there was a point in time, a little pinpoint, where I got to be on that journey with her through the training, and such an honor and a privilege. And through that, you know, we've always stayed connected and friends. And so I'm super excited to have her tonight. And what's incredible, so, you know, both of us had these careers that were a little different. And then the mediumship called us, and she has that same story. And she started out as a school teacher, which is loving. And when you know her and meet her, you're going to know, like, oh my God, I wish that had been my teacher. But, you know, Spirit called her, and they called her very, very clearly. And like all of us who are called to do this work at some point, we have to surrender. And it's not the easiest choice sometimes because we're afraid. And she made that leap of faith. And we are all so happy she did. And today she is an author, a professional teacher, professional psychic medium. She is a radio host as well. And before we take any more time tonight, I just want to say hello to Lindsay Marino. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Colby. I'm so excited to be here.
Yay! I am so excited to have you, and thank you so much. You know, and you know, it's only now. It's like it is 8 o'clock on the East Coast time. I'm so used to 5 o'clock. It's like, but it's great. It's kind of a nice little cozy night. Nice little romantic hotel here.
I love it. That's the best.
It is the best, really. It's been really, really fun. So, you know, for any of the viewers who don't know, you know, I know you're from Boston, and I know a little bit of your story of, you know, your fiance, you know, your first fiance, and, you know, what called you to Spirit. But for any of those who are just meeting you for the first time tonight, can you share your story with us?
Yes. So I know at the beginning you brought up that I was a school teacher, and I was. I'm from Boston, grew up Catholic, and then moved down to Tampa, Florida to go to school for teaching. So I was teaching third grade for 7 years. And my second day of teaching the third grade, that's when everything shifted in my life. And Nick, someone that I had planned on marrying at the time, passed away in a motorcycle accident. And leading up to that point, I was excited about life. And, you know, I had all these plans of the future. I was open to the spiritual stuff. Ever since I was little, I was into angels, saints, and the Blessed Mother. But I didn't even know what a medium was at that point. I knew that I was leaving my body as a child.
Yeah.
I thought that was a normal thing to do. I was having outer body experiences. And then after I started to connect the dots. So after Nick passed, that's when I saw him at the foot of my bed. I started to get signs everywhere and communicate with him and have visitations.
Wow.
So that was kind of an interesting experience. It wasn't like overnight. This is not something, I thought I was going to retire as a teacher, actually.
Oh, wow.
So this was not in the plan, but I felt as though there was a lot of healing that was taking place for me during this journey. And I wanted other people to experience that too.
It's incredible because with the other people that you help, does it feel, do you feel like you're serving Nick's life as well? Or, you know, how does that work for you?
Yeah, it's funny because I do feel at certain points I'll be doing an audience event and I'll feel his presence with me. Or I even feel like when he first passed, even to this day too, I felt like, okay, I'm not going to stop living. I could either end my life and stop living and be depressed in my room for years, or I can actually change something and shift it. I might as well live now for the both of us, because if he was here, he'd be living it up.
Right.
So I felt like I had to kind of shift how I was doing it, because I was really in the place of just, okay, let me go and teach and then come home and get in my pajamas
Yes.
and watch TV and then
Yeah.
go to sleep and do it again.
Now, over time, and I know this, I guess I teach this. So I just wanted to get your point of view on it.
Yeah.
I think as mediums and just people who connect to spirit, or maybe have been connecting to their loved ones, sometimes over time, we get used to the vibration. Like when they first pass, we notice every little thing.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we get used to the vibration, so we then start to feel like they're not visiting us. But I think they still are. It's just that we're not getting shocked kind of so much. What is your take on that?
I totally agree. That's what I feel too.
Okay.
I feel like at the beginning he had to kind of be bold, because I was ordering him around and saying, okay, if you're really here, then you got to do it like this. I was being one of those horrible people.
Yeah.
But at the time I was just thinking of myself, like, if this is really, if you're really here, then you send me 3 butterflies. If you're really here, then send me a psychic medium.
Yeah. It's funny. I talked about that on Coffee with Colby this morning.
Oh, did you? I missed it. I didn't see it. That's so funny.
So funny. I did. I talked about us stop putting demands on spirit and stop being so bossy with them.
Yeah, that's totally me.
But what's amazing is, again, I think too, that's part of the medium, right? Because we're so, there are times in the middle of a reading, you're like, I really am talking to spirit. Like, it's like a revelation. Yeah. And I think for us, we continuously want to prove that to ourselves in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's interesting because over time it's kind of shifted, but there are moments where you're like, okay, so what else can you give me? What else is going to pop up?
Yes. Yeah. But it's fun and it's a journey. And for you, it's been an incredible journey because Nick sent you your husband.
Yes. I got really lucky with that. He was heaven sent. Definitely.
So how did that happen? Because you didn't really know him beforehand, right?
I had no clue who Tony was, my current husband. Nick and Tony grew up in St. Louis in a really rough neighborhood in a mobile home park. Okay. And they were little munchkins getting in trouble all the time.
Yeah.
And, so I never met him. And 4 years after Nick passed, some friends over time had added me online on Facebook. And Tony was one of those friends and just said, I feel the need to reach out to you and let you know that Nick's friends from St. Louis are thinking of you. And he actually said that he was scrolling through Facebook one night and he said he just started crying. And he's like, I felt the energy of your photo and felt like I needed to say that. And I was having one of those nights where I was having a rough time.
Wow.
So it wasn't more than just reaching out. It wasn't like he was looking for anything else. But a few months after that, I'm writing a book and I wanted to ask one of Nick's childhood friends a question. And I'm like, you know what? I'll try him, even though I never met him in my life. But when you're so open to the spiritual stuff, you're like, okay, let me just listen to whatever pops up. So I reached out to him. I said, do you mind answering some questions? And we got on the phone and right away we knew.
There was a connection.
Yeah.
Gives a whole new meaning to online dating, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then he came a month later, we talked every day. That first night, it was like 6 hours. And then he came to Florida and then we traveled back and forth for, I don't know if it was 5 months. And then he moved to Florida and we've been married. So we've been together for 6 years.
Oh, how incredible. Yeah. Isn't it? And it's like together, I mean, listen, we're not going to forget about Nick, and together it's like you're on a journey together, serving that purpose and that memory. Right.
And Tony's so, some people think, oh my gosh, how is Tony about this, talking about Nick? And Tony's like, Lindsay, I can see the bigger picture. And I know that Nick is coming through and he'll get, he's very in tune with the spiritual realm too.
Yeah.
Tony. So he gets messages from Nick and gives them to me. And same with getting messages from my grandfather. He's very in tune. So I'm really lucky in that way.
That's so fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Oh.
really special.
Now, you did this Oracle deck. Unbelievable. I mean, first of all, it's beautiful and
Thank
stunning, and it's gentle and loving, and it's unlock your connection, right?
Yes.
Was that inspired by spirit in general, or inspired by Tony or Nick, or what inspired you?
Yeah. So it's actually really weird because I don't even use Oracle decks. I don't use tarot cards or anything when I do readings. And it's funny because a friend of mine was just like, I'm going to do a tarot card practice group. Do you want to come on? I'm like, okay, I've never used them. So, but I know tarot cards are totally different than an Oracle deck, but I was planning on doing a specific kind of deck, but it was not this deck at all. And I was half asleep one night, and that's usually when the messages come, don't they? Like when you're just waking up or going to sleep.
Spirit does love to disturb us right before our sleep time.
I know. Yes. So that's when it happened. I got the message like, you have to create this deck. And I'm like, okay, so what do you want me to write? And I took out my iPhone and just started typing the messages that I got. And I was thinking of Nick, and when I lost him, I was just wanting so badly to connect in with him. I was journaling, and he came through my automatic writing. At the time, I didn't know what it was. But if I had a deck like this, I know that it would have brought some more healing. But you don't need a deck to communicate with your loved ones. It's just another tool.
Yeah, it's fun. And in what way is I don't believe in coincidences, right? Yeah. I think there's always like a sign and symbol and everything. So I think what's perfect about these cards is someone who is either afraid of connecting or unsure if they're connecting. They can trust the cards.
Yeah, it's so true. There's been some interesting experiences with them too.
I bet those cards flip themselves over.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That is amazing. And now, where are the cards available? They're on your website, right?
Yes, they're on my website, and they've kind of taken a life of their own on. They're in different places. So they're in Charleston, South Carolina, in person, if you want to go in. There is a connection, Unlock Your Connection deck in New Jersey.
Okay.
And I don't know the exact name. I'm going to have to think about that if it comes up to me, because she just bought the cards for her shop.
Oh, okay.
It's where Anthony does readings.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
He has some in there. And then in Tampa, there's some bookstore and crystal stores.
Wasn't I there? Wasn't I at that one?
Yes.
Angel something?
Earth
Angels.
Yes.
Isn't that a great, and he moved, right?
Yes, it's so amazing in there. I love actually, it's funny because that shop is connected to mediums that were from Lilydale years ago.
Wow. And
it was a house.
Lilydale, you have a workshop coming up July 27th, right?
Right. July 27th.
And it's going to be a 2-hour shop, and it's going to help people connect to their own loved ones or spirits, right?
To their own past loved ones. So I'll teach them ways to use automatic writing and just do some fun exercises. I'm really big on interactive classes because it makes it fun.
Now, is that for all levels, or like can a beginner take that, or is it only for advanced?
Yes, beginners can. And it's funny because some of my students that have already gone through mediumship, they're like, I want to come too. So anyone can join.
Oh, great. Okay. That's wonderful. Oh, well, that's really, really good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that's so good. And I'll be in Florida next. It's a shame. I'll be in a different area of Florida, but we're so close yet so far.
I know. Seriously.
It's great. But, we have some callers on the line. Are you open to taking some calls? And let's just see okay, great. So what we're going to do, just for anyone who doesn't have the number, 323-992-3115. And, these are going to be short and quick. So if you have a question or something you'd like, please let us know. Also, if you do get through, be a good human and turn off your speakerphone and just talk into the phone, very old fashioned like, just so we have the best connection, especially since we're all via internet this evening. Okay. That's a fair deal, right? So we are going to let our super duper amazing Superman John choose the caller. John, send someone through to us.
You got it, ladies. All right. First is going to be area code 780. I believe her name is Michelle. 780-994 is on the line with you.
Oh, hey, 780. This is Colby and Lindsay.
Hello.
Hi, ladies.
Oh, you are a good student. That is a beautiful connection there. Is this Michelle?
It is. Thank you for taking my call. This is awesome.
Yeah, well, you're lucky. As Spirit wants you to get through. So, and first of all, thanks so much for tuning in and being here with us tonight. So, do you have a question for Lindsay and myself?
I'm just curious what's coming for love. I have everything else in my life, but I'm missing that. So just kind of curious about that. Please and thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. All right, Lindsay, do you want to dial in and see where the love radar is for Michelle here tonight?
Okay. So what's interesting, I know you're asking about love, but I keep feeling like I'm tuning into animals around you. Can you understand that, where you do have animals around you in the present, where you own a dog?
I love animals, but I don't own any, but I have in the past. I can't because I work out of town.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to be the cat lady. And then I was like, oh, no.
It's funny because I'm connecting in with that animal energy, like around you. That's the first thing that I keep feeling. I also keep on feeling, I know you mentioned going out of town a lot. I'm feeling like I'm in the space that you're at. And I feel like sometimes you kind of shove things in different corners, or you put things in a certain spot and then you kind of walk away from it. And it's almost like I can see the corners of your space. Do you understand this?
Yep.
Okay. So when I'm getting that information, to me, when I get the information, it feels almost like some things are rushed in your life. And I keep feeling like you're supposed to sit and enjoy the process of life in general. So related to relationships, yep. I feel like this is something that is going to come up, but I keep being told that you need to focus on yourself right now. And I would say most likely around the end of the summer into fall, I feel new relationships for you in your life.
Oh, very cool.
Well, one thing, let me chime in if I may, just because listen, Michelle, I don't know if this is a good thing or not. But I know this is really, it is funny though. So sometimes whenever I'm dialing into love, Kenny Rogers comes into my head. No one to walk away, no one to fold them, no one to run. And so whenever that song comes in, I know that we've had like troubled relationships, like fixing people thinking they're saying one thing and not saying another. Because whenever I hear that song, I'm like, oh no. Does that make sense to you? Yeah.
Yes, my past for sure. Never again.
Yeah. But, I mean, like Lindsay was saying, I think you've done a lot of work on yourself. I think that's exactly right. And I think that this is a new chapter. And you're really, the reason it's taken a pause. So to me, the reason it's taken a while for this love to come forward is because energetically your vibration was changing. And so that takes a little bit to get out universe and then the universe to respond. The other thing is you are a busy bee, like she's saying, you are a busy bee. And you're also a little private. So you got to try to make some time to fit this love in your life. Like you can't expect it to just show up. You're almost like squeezing the time that you're not giving it time to come in. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Good. Anything else, Lindsay, that we have for Michelle?
It's funny because when you were just talking about that, I immediately got brought to your father, Michelle. And I felt as though there's some sort of shift, like it's almost like my hands get pulled apart if there's a separation, whether it's physical or emotional. And I feel as though there would be a fear of getting close to a male, fully close to a male. And I feel like it trickles down from your father or the relationship with your dad. Do you understand that? Where there's a fear of getting close?
A little bit. I mean, I think my mom got hurt from my father, so maybe that's kind of
Okay. Because I
what's
just
coming
keep
up.
on
Yeah.
feeling like there's a connection there. So I would suggest even writing things down. Maybe you're not aware of them on a conscious level, but there's something about that. Just kind of get it out on paper or think about it, because I just feel like that's going to kind of make some room for you also to kind of release that fear.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you
Awesome.
there you go. So here's the deal. It looks like there's an end of summer little romance happening, and I do feel like it's getting yourself out there more, honey. Getting your it's
Yeah.
also like I always say, it's kind of like going to the grocery store. Not every grocery in the store is for you. And that's how it's like
Correct.
online dating is, it is what it is. But everyone can't poo-poo online dating, because if you're busy and you're not making time to flirt in a social environment, how do you expect UPS and it's not delivering at the door these days? Okay. So
Yep.
that's it. This is your wake up call from Lindsay and Colby. And we both want to be invited to the wedding when it happens, okay? Because that's our rule.
Thank you.
Yes, and just know that it's already happening for you. So just do your part to kind of allow it to step in, and like Lindsay said, by the end of summer, I believe you're going to have a little bud there, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much, ladies. That was amazing.
Thank you.
You're
Blessings.
welcome. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Bye. You hear that a lot. I mean, listen, I think Lindsay, the one thing is that she has done a great job working on herself, right? And I think, so props to her, because that's not easy. It's not easy to look at ourselves and, but, she's doing it. She's doing it. She just has to stop being so busy, don't you think?
I know. It makes room energetically.
Yeah. Yeah. I know I don't make room. I'm like, but when you're, it's hard to make, like, in your life, when you feel happy,
Right.
we're not thinking about something else. So
That's true.
the fact that she's thinking about love says it's time to make room for love.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
She needs to unlock her connection.
Yeah. There's an awesome book too for making room. It's The Magic Art of Tidying Up. I think I got the title right. I don't know if you've heard of it. It talks about physical stuff and how it
Oh,
changes.
really? Oh, I have heard of that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, another coffee with Colby, but I talked about feng shui and moving things around to call in. So it's kind of that idea. But yeah, if I have one more friend give me a love or relationship book for my birthday, it's like, how they all love to do that, right?
Yes. Oh, I remember. Yes, definitely.
So,
anyhow, usually when you're not looking too.
That's what they say. I think that they say that, but I'm always telling people to look, because, the people who say they aren't looking, then especially in today's day and age, because we are busy.
Yeah.
So I do feel like people have to kind of put it out there some way, shape,
the intention or something.
Something, right? Something. Yeah, absolutely. So how about we take another call? You up for that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. John,
all righty, here we go. Area code 905-905-359 is on the line.
All right, 905. This is Colby and Lindsay. Who is this?
Hi, Colby. This is Gordon Ellison. How you doing?
Oh, wonderful, Gordon. How you doing, hon?
I'm doing pretty good. It's pretty interesting. I just happened to flick open on the Facebook, and there you were live. So I thought I'd call in, and here I am.
Well, here you are. This is perfect. So do you want to ask Lindsay and I a question tonight? Or do you want to give us
I have a question. I think I'm going from the work. I do work at the Canada Rebel Agency here in Canada, but I want to transition from that to do the mediumship work full time. So I'm kind of looking for some avenues. If you guys can see anything into that, maybe what'll help me or send me the right direction. And Colby, you're probably laughing at me right now because I know you went through the same thing.
Yeah, no, well, so did Lindsay actually. So, being a school teacher to doing this full time, she certainly knows that experience. So, Lindsay, what is your take on helping Gordon? What advice do you have for Gordon?
It's interesting because, Gordon, when you first got on the call, I actually just picked up that you had the gift or you were sensitive to this sort of thing. So that's the first thing that I picked up. I also kept feeling like there's something with you really tuning into believing that you could make money from this. So that's something that's coming up also. I am being shown like an allotted amount of money that's in a side account. And it looks like there's money being made. And I don't remember what I didn't actually hear clearly what you do right now, but I'm seeing money coming in and circulating as you're doing the mediumship thing. So can you connect yourself?
Nice.
Can you actually connect yourself to having some sort of investments or stocks or something like that going on right now?
I don't have any stocks or investments at the moment, but I know I'm trying to, I'm on James' website as one of the mediums, and I'm trying to get out into the world to do this full time from the job I have now.
Okay, because I'm actually seeing you do the mediumship, but I also see other revenue coming in outside of mediumship. So just keep that in your mind because it will make sense later. Just put that in your mind. But I also keep on feeling with the mediumship that I keep hearing you have to get your feet wet. It looks like you need to start charging. So would it make sense that you haven't charged yet at all?
Yeah, I do charge. I do have clients that come in because I do the work at the Canada Revenue Agency. It's much like the IRS in the States. Yeah. And I have an option where I can leave, but I have revenue coming in from there and do the work for readings and parties and that type of thing.
Okay. Then if you already charge, there may be something connected to what you're charging and boosting that up, because there's something about charging that I keep on being shown. So it looks like almost like you're supposed to take a look at that. And I also keep being told to schedule things monthly. So actually being really consistent. Now I'm seeing twice a month. So I feel like that's group readings. So there's something with the group readings that are popping up. But then set up your schedule so that you can actually slowly ease out of it. And this is not on a psychic way of me saying this, but it is from what I did with teaching. And that was to set up readings after work and then on the weekends. And then I kind of set an intention saying, okay, if this is going to be what I'm supposed to do full time, then send me readings on, fill these days up kind of thing. And I kind of just went with it.
Yeah. And Gordon, one of the things I did, because as a tax accountant, that was making six figures. I mean, it was nice. I worked a lot, but it was very secure. And so when Spirit started the call, I was like, listen, I got it, but you can't leave me hanging, right? Like I got to make this much. And so, and I didn't initially, right? But in the second year I did. And that was a huge accomplishment. So Gordon, the thing is a couple things, okay, is start creating more of a plan for yourself. It has to be not just kind of winging it. I know there's some fear but it isn't just quitting your job and doing this. Like there has to be a transition, I feel. Okay. One of the things too I'm hearing is you have to try to open up more Skype and internet because I don't know, but it feels like where you are is a little remote or not super easy to get walk-ins, so to speak. Does that make sense to you where you are?
Yeah, because I'm across from Buffalo, New York. I'm on a little small town here in Fort Erie, Ontario.
Okay. So what I would do is, try Skype, try internet, reaching out beyond your zip code a little bit. The second thing is you really, this is the scariest part. And this is that whole leap of faith where you have to put yourself out there. Who are you? And that's where you have to kind of go in really deep and dig deep. What makes you different? What makes you unique? Like, why does someone need a reading with Gordon versus Colby or Lindsay, and identifying that and then packaging that, putting that out so that the people you're meant to help hear that, they resonate with it, they connect with it, and they will connect with you. You know, one of the couple little things, just pointing out Lindsay, you know, I went to her website, you know, just to kind of look and get a feel and know more about her and her journey. One of the little things I noticed was she talked about with Nicholas, you know, a love in spirit, that every time she sees a rainbow, she is reminded of him. Now, that anybody who, just off the bat with that, anybody who connects with a rainbow on some level is now going to connect with Lindsay. Anyone who knows that they have a sign with their loved one or knows that signs are important is going to connect with Lindsay. And all she was doing is sharing a part of her. See, she wasn't trying to do anything. She was just being vulnerable and intimate. So allow yourself to be a little vulnerable, a little intimate, allow the people to know who you are, and then have the courage to kind of put that out there. And it is about, you know, there is a business side to it. And so just, you know, that is what it is, because people have to know who you are. And I think through asking people, can you share? Can you refer? Can you do this? Like, we have to put it out there. So just try that and see if that doesn't start to kind of help, kind of give you a little wind under that kite, a little wind under the sails to help you start flying. Okay.
Right. Because it's just like you said, the packaging and your book. I need to get when you go to Lilydale, so I'll come and get the book from you and help you out there as well.
Yay! Wonderful. Yeah, get the book. And I mean, that, you know, that's just from my own experience and accounting experience. But yeah, get that, and there you go. So, you know, Gordon, I'm hoping that helps. It's, you know, it's great advice from two people who have had to go through the exact same thing that you're going through. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it very much. Thanks, Lindsay.
Yay!
Thank you.
Have a great night, Gordon.
You too. Bye-bye, girls.
Bye. I mean, you know, Lindsay, it's no one, it's scary.
Yeah.
You know, because I think we're dealing with a few things. We're dealing with, are we crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Is this real? What if the loved ones stop talking to us?
Right.
What if we get no's? What
There's
if
so
we're
many different.
terrible? What if we're terrible? We gave up our whole life. I mean,
I know.
Come on.
It's true. And you get people on the other side saying things. You know, my mom was like, Lindsay, you're tenured. You're locked into the system. I'm like, I have to do it. I just need to do it.
And how hard is that? You know, like, exactly. I mean, that is security. And I think the number one thing is surrendering to the security. It is right. It's scary and it's tough. That's why I tell people, I don't know. I don't know your take on it, but I think we did the same thing where it needs to be a little strategic.
Yes.
Because what happens is if you kind of quit on the spot and saying, well, spirit will take care of me. Spirit will take care of you, but you better have some savings because it
definitely
takes time. And you don't, if you are stressed about money, if you're stressed about making the bills, it's actually going to impact your readings.
It will. Yeah, it will take the joy right out of your readings. Because then you feel like you're doing it as like a job and you're not doing it. And that's a good point, because I actually put a chunk of money in an account and just let it sit there just so that I knew that it was there.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to touch it because Spirit did provide it. They kept sending in. It's funny how referrals come too.
Yes.
How it's going to come, but Spirit is working with us also.
It really is. Now, the one thing, and again, we'll get to another caller in just a second here. So hang patient, everyone. But this is good stuff for anyone who's any business, anything where you're saying, I need to do something different, right? Yeah. Because we're talking about fear, we're talking about security, we're talking about surrendering, and that relates to whatever we're going to do.
Yeah.
But it is, that referral thing is important because there is a part of it. Yes, the readings may be unbelievable and people may naturally refer you. And I believe they do.
Right.
But there is a mechanism, because I know personally I was missing it in the beginning, of saying to people, oh, if you leave a review, let me know. If you tell someone, let me know. Like, I didn't want to know. I don't want
Yeah. Right.
But there, so it's a balance, don't you think? What do you think?
Yeah, it's really weird. Whenever I think of, when I say referral, in the physical world, there's referral, but I truly believe that there's certain loved ones that come through. Like, I get a lot of people with addiction or things like that, because maybe that past loved one will connect me. You know, it's an interesting story, and I'll make it quick too.
Yes.
I have 2 clients. I didn't realize it until one of them saw the other one's gravesite, went to go visit. They were 2 gravestones apart, both young males in their 20s. And I gave readings to the families, and they were just 2 stones apart.
Oh, wow.
So there's a lot of similarities in how people come to you, and you hear the stories after. I always say, don't tell me at the beginning how you found me. Tell me at the end if you want to share.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's great.
It's kind of interesting.
One other thing, real quick for everybody, then we're going to take another caller. The other thing too, right, Lindsay, and I know you know this, pressure. Because you do, like, let's say you have one client, it's the most amazing reading ever, and then they come back to you, especially when you're first starting out. Now you're like, and they're telling you, oh my God, everything you said, everything. Now there's like an added pressure. Like, what if it's not as good? Or there's a group, your first group, and there's a pressure. So it is knowing that you're going to feel pressure, right? And you gotta just trust spirit.
I know. And sometimes it does come up where we want to get in our own head, and then you think, okay, it's not even about me. It's about the spirit realm.
Yeah.
But we're human. So of course it's going to be something that pops up, and
Yes. Yeah. So, all right. Well, there we go. I think we've given everybody business 101 right there. But there's a lot of people that are looking to make a change and are looking to make that transition, and this will help them. I really do believe that.
And sometimes your physical body is the last thing to show you that you're ready to exit your job. Because I was getting headaches before I left. It was like my body was telling me. My soul was telling me first.
Yes.
Okay, I'll do it one more year. I'm giving myself 1 year. And then it was time. I just knew.
You got to do it. So, all right. How about another caller? You up for that? Yes. Okay, cool. All right, John, spin the wheel.
All righty, here we go. We have area code 206-206-354 is on the line.
Okay, cool. All right.
Hey, 20. Did someone just yell they got through? Did you hear that?
I heard something I couldn't understand.
I think someone said, I just got through, but I don't know. Hey, 206. This is Colby and Lindsay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
How's it going?
Good. Do you have a question for Lindsay and I?
Yeah, I was just kind of, I guess, wondering about health in my life, because it's been kind of a struggle for the last couple of years.
Okay. Health, you said?
Yes, health.
Okay. Any feelings on that, Lindsay?
Right when you said health, I got connected to the stomach area. Now, I'm very careful when it comes to medical stuff too. I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling you that. But I do feel as though there's a connection to the stomach, and I keep on seeing a little bit of swelling too. Can you understand that?
Not for me personally.
Okay.
I have a girlfriend who has issues with her stomach.
Okay. So your girlfriend does. Can you connect to sensitivity to dairy for you personally? That you know
maybe
of?
A little bit. I don't really know, since she does, and I don't partake very much in it since she does.
Because right away I just feel swelling in my stomach, and I feel like that's a lot of the root cause of some of the things that are happening. I feel connected right in there.
Okay, I can definitely put some thought into that. I don't normally have dairy, so it's not something I guess I notice too much.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something in particular that you're feeling that you want us to tune into?
Sleep has been an issue for me. The biggest thing.
Okay.
And
All right.
I don't know, I see a lot of doctors and they're not really able to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Well, there's probably two things. Like Lindsay says, giving medical stuff is not necessarily my bag so much either. Just because we're not doctors, right? You do need to kind of seek professional help for that. And we can't diagnose. But a couple things is, there's two factors. You're very sensitive is the feeling I'm getting. All right. So, and I think that's probably where she was going with the dairy as well. Like, you have a sensitive system. I think what's happening is you sense spirit, and I feel like spirit can kind of keep you up. I mean, spirit is notorious for waking you up, keeping you up, off and on. And I think that would make sense as to why doctors can't quote unquote diagnose this. I don't know. I think that's a big part of it, because it feels to me that you have had some tests done, that that you've kind of researched this a bit, and the tests are coming back fine. Is that right? Have you had tests done already, like on acne and all that?
Yeah, I mean, I've had plenty of blood tests and sleep tests, and
they're all doing
everything
fine,
you
right?
can imagine.
Yeah, they're all coming back
pretty
normal,
much, yeah.
right? Yeah. Do you realize you sense spirit, or are you just not aware of that at all? But does that make sense, or does that even connect to you at all? Like, hey, there's something else kind of triggering me.
I mean, I'm not particularly aware of spirit at all. I actually honestly called in because my girlfriend wanted me to. So she's sitting here alongside of me.
We should ask your girlfriend if she thinks you're sensitive to spirit. We should ask your girlfriend.
I'm also
she says that I'm not at all, but she is very very sensitive.
Does she sleep with you?
Yeah, about half the time.
Okay. Do you sleep better when she's not around?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, it's spirit. Tell her to stop waking you up with her dead loved ones, with her connection.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Yeah, I bet you more than anything. That to me is what it feels like. But we just don't have. I wish we had more time to kind of go into it and really figure it out for you. But I would keep getting to the bottom of it. But my feeling is, I hear that it's spirit. I hear that. I bet your girlfriend is super connected to spirit, talking to them. I bet she feels them. And then without realizing it, she's calling them in the wee hours, or they're coming in because they know it. So, and then you're feeling it and it's waking you up. But, you got to get medical diagnosis and get it sorted out. So don't give up on that is what I'm getting. Okay.
I know we have to wrap it up.
I appreciate your guys' insight.
Yeah, no problem. I wish we could help more. Lindsay, did you have one more thing?
The last thing that I was getting is, whenever my feet hurt like this, because my feet are actually in pain right now, it's usually connected to lack of magnesium. So I'm just putting that out there to you. Of course, check with your doctor, but I definitely have a connection to magnesium for you. So check that out. There's something with that's popping up.
Okay. I'll look into that. Thank you.
And on just the piggyback on the magnesium, people who are connected to spirit and working with spirit are usually drained in their magnesium. Tell your girlfriend to knock it off. No.
She says she's sorry.
You're lucky you have her. You better put a ring on that. All right. That's your love prediction. Put a ring on that. Seal that deal. She's a gem. Okay. We love her.
Will do.
All right. Have a great night, honey. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Oh, I love it.
You can tell his girlfriend is amazing, though, can't you?
Yeah, definitely.
So we got like 5 minutes left. I'll tell you what. Doesn't it fly by?
Yeah, it really does. I feel like it's so quick.
Real quick.
It's hard to do the readings that fast, but I know we have to because it's radio.
Yeah, well, it's just because, just even getting those few callers in that get in.
I know.
We want to try but for anybody who does, you have to know, we all could spend 1 hour with you at minimum. I mean, there's so many places and things we could go. But Lindsay, why don't you give them your website, because you do private readings.
Yes, I do. So I do Skype if you're in another country, or whether you're here too, that's fine. Phone and in person, and it's lindsaymarino.com. So it's LINDSAY. Marino.
Tricky like that. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So,
And my Facebook page is Lindsay Marino also. And Instagram, I've been getting more active on there. Lindsay Marino Medium.
perfect. There you go. All right, let's try to just take a minute or two with one more caller, and just so we get another caller in, because I do know they love when they get in, and we love talking to them. So John, spin that wheel.
Alrighty, so area code 619-457 is on the line. 619.
Okay, hey 619. This is Colby and Lindsay. How are you?
I'm great, Colby. How are you tonight?
Hello.
I am well. And who is this?
My name is Sally.
Hey, Sally. So, Sally, the thing is that you're the last caller of the night. So we got like a minute or two with you. Do you happen to have a question for us that we can address or look into for you?
Well, actually, I'm just looking for a certain person who passed suddenly, and I just miss her. And I was hoping maybe she got me through tonight.
It's not your mom, is it? Can I ask if it's your mom?
You can ask. Yeah, well, okay. No, not my mom, but I consider her my mother.
Yeah, just
not
know
physical mom, but yeah.
That's how spirit comes in, right, Lindsay? They come in as the relationship. Look, can you see that? I wrote mom.
No, she knows.
Look at that, mom.
Yeah.
See with the wings.
I
see
that?
It. There you go. So, Lindsay, are you connecting to? She's going to call herself mom.
No, you didn't do that with wings. Did you put? Are those wings?
I did. Look, there's wings right there. Look, it's wings.
Oh my
mom
God.
with a circle and wings on it. I just wrote it. So
I know she knows.
See,
I have a tattoo that I want. I'm gonna post for you after we talk.
Oh, look at that! See, isn't that wonderful? Look at that.
It's almost identical to what you just drew.
No way! That's
amazing.
And it's from when she passed away. I oh my God, I put it on me.
Oh, look at that! See,
so
Lindsay?
I'll show you. Please more.
We gotta see it. We gotta make sure you do post it, please. Lindsay, do you have anything?
Okay. Yes. So right away, I keep on feeling a lot of pressure in the chest with her when I'm connecting in. So it feels like I want to hold on to my chest when I connect in with her, which feels like there would have been a heart condition connected to her passing. Does that make sense?
Part of it. Yeah.
That was part of it. Okay. When I also connect in with her, I keep on seeing, it looks like there's a man that actually greeted her. So it looks like it was important for her to say that she was greeted by a man. And I want to say that it was an older gentleman that would be her father or someone that would be like a dad to her on the other side. But I want
to... Maybe, but I think it would be someone else other than her father.
I'm also getting a name that sounds like Joe that she's bringing up too. So it sounds like the name Joe is popping up from her. So there's a Joe connection too.
I don't have any Joes with her, no, that I can think of.
Okay, keep that in your mind. If there's not a Joe, then it would be one that sounds like Joe.
Absolutely.
And also when I tune into her too, she keeps on making me feel as though you actually took care of her. I know that this was a tragic passing because you mentioned it, but I feel as though there was some sort of companionship with the two of you where you would actually take care of her. Because she's bringing that up.
We had a very back and forth nurturing relationship. She raised my son. He's 16 now. And I helped take care of her and her husband too. He has Parkinson's. He's still with us. So. And
she also keeps on showing me groceries being placed in a car. And I feel as though there's someone helping put the groceries in and then bringing them into the family. So can you yourself connect to doing that for her?
Oh, no, that's the years that we were together. We would always do all of our shopping together, and I would buy lots of groceries for her because they were on a fixed income.
Oh, see,
and it was our favorite thing to go to Trader Joe's or to Costco and
just know that that's her
way of in the shop.
Is there a message, Lindsay, from her?
Yeah, I just keep on getting that there's an appreciation of the love that you give her even after she's passed. And she does bring up what seems like there's a birthday around this time that she's acknowledging also. So keep that in your mind because she keeps on talking about some sort of birthday or celebration that she's acknowledging. And And I keep hearing her say, I love you as my own. I know you mentioned she's not directly your mom, but I just hear, I love you as my own.
Sally,
I know.
Honest to goodness, I could tell you we really could go an hour with you, but my show is over a minute ago. So unfortunately, we have to take your mom and her wings and her love and her appreciation and just let you know that she's around you. I do. Listen, here's the thing. Do I wish we had more time? Of course I do. But just know you did get through. You were we have a whole lineup of callers and you got through. So I do hope that.
And I just called in for the first time too. So
there you go. See, so thank you so much, and wishing you a lot of love tonight. Okay. So
thank you, Colby. I'm going to send that picture.
Please do. Thank you. All right, Lindsay. I mean, that is it. Like our show is done, and I know. I'm sorry they're quick, and but I just love talking to you.
And I love talking to you. Thank you so much for having me on.
And I really, the insight you give, and the love you give, and the message you give. Again, anybody, Lindsay Marino. I know I sound like I say it with an E, but it's with an A. So just know that. Lindsay Marino, and she's in Tampa, but she does, readings worldwide. So follow her on social media. She's going to be in Lilydale. Get those Unlock Your Connection cards. I mean, they're right on her website. So if you're not in New Jersey, you're not in Florida, you're not in South Carolina, don't worry about it. You can still get them. And they are wonderful. So whether you want to use them yourself or use them around the table with family and friends, grab them and get them. It's an easy way to make connections with your loved ones. Okay. Lindsay, thank you. Oh, real quick. I know you've got a podcast, John, if you could just show that so she knows.
You got it.
Yes. Thank you so much. And, oh my God, everybody, love from New Jersey, love from Tampa. Yes.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, Lindsay, have a great night. Good night, everybody. Bye.